NBA Youngboy has become one of the most defining and controversial figures in modern hip-hop because his life, music, and public narrative reflect the raw, unfiltered reality of the streaming era. Coming out of Baton Rouge, he didn't follow the traditional industry path of polished rollouts or carefully curated marketing campaigns. Instead, he built his name through emotionally intense, self-recorded songs that spread rapidly across YouTube and digital platforms, capturing listeners with their honesty, pain, and urgency. From early in his career, his music stood out for its direct emotional weight, songs filled with themes of struggle, paranoia, loyalty, violence, and survival, which made fans feel like they were hearing real-time reflections of his life, rather than distant storytelling. This sense of immediacy is one of the key reasons he is often described as the embodiment of modern hip-hop, where authenticity and constant output matter more than traditional album cycles or media approval. As his fame grew, so did the complexity of his life, including repeated legal issues and long periods of house arrest, which instead of stopping his career, reshaped it into something even more relentless. While confined, he continued releasing music at an extraordinary rate, turning isolation into productivity and reinforcing a new model of rap success where consistency and digital presence outweigh physical mobility. His catalog expanded rapidly during these periods, making him one of the most streamed artists of his generation and highlighting how the internet has transformed hip-hop into a non-stop content-driven culture. At the same time, his career has been deeply entangled in publicized conflicts, especially with Lil Durk, where tensions between fan bases and indirect exchanges contributed to one of the most talked-about modern rap rivalries. These tensions became even more emotionally charged following the death of King Von, an event that shook the hip-hop community and intensified existing divisions within the culture, especially given King Von's close association with Lil Durk and his impact on Chicago drill music. Beyond the music itself, NBA Youngboy's story is also shaped by the repeated loss of close friends and associates, many of whom have faced incarceration or violence, creating a recurring emotional theme of grief and distrust in his lyrics. This constant cycle of loss and pressure feeds into the intensity of his artistic identity, making his music feel less like performance and more like documentation of lived experience. Unlike many artists who separate personal life from public persona, NBA Youngboy exists in a space where the two are heavily intertwined, and this transparency is a major reason for both his massive fan loyalty and ongoing controversy. Despite this turbulence, one of the most defining aspects of his career remains his consistency. He releases music at a pace few mainstream artists can match, often dropping multiple projects in a single year and maintaining a constant presence in the streaming ecosystem. This level of output reflects a shift in modern hip-hop where attention is fleeting and artists must remain constantly active to stay relevant. Even during legal restrictions, his music continued to dominate charts and streaming platforms, reinforcing the idea that his artistry is inseparable from his circumstances. Over time, his career has evolved through different phases, including periods of isolation and renewed public activity, with fans often referring to his touring and performance returns as part of broader eras like the Massa phase, symbolizing movement, maturity, and reinvention. These transitions highlight the cyclical nature of his journey: restriction, reflection, output, and resurgence, mirroring the unpredictable rhythm of his life and career. Ultimately, NBA Youngboy represents modern hip-hop not just through his sound, but through the way his entire existence aligns with the digital age of music: constant releases, emotionally charged storytelling, direct fan engagement, and a blurred line between reality and art. His career reflects a generation where artists are no longer distant celebrities, but ongoing narratives unfolding in real time, and whether viewed as controversial or influential, his impact on the structure, speed, and emotional intensity of modern rap is undeniable.